What's good? What's good, good people? It's your boy Scott Lewis here with John, everything BK Nets, John, apartment gamer and more, Brooklyn Nets Stoop Edition. What's up, John? What's good? What's the
Eh,
news, man?
Yeah, so first off, good to be here, Scott. Yeah, we got some trade deadline business that happened last night. It was a three-team deal between Sacramento, the Cavs, and believe it or not, the Chicago Bulls. And in this
Oh
trade, the
wow!
Cavs sent, yeah, but yeah, it's going to get very interesting. So the Cavs sent DeAndre Hunter and his $22 million salary to Sacramento, and the Kings, on their part, sent the Cavs Dennis Schroeder, who I think is on his 13 or 14 team at this point, and Keon
Right.
Ellis. And yet,
Oh okay.
and the Kings and the Cavs both sent and the Kings and Cavs each sent a second round pick to Chicago, and the Kings attached Dario Sargic's expiring $5 million to a Chicago Bulls Zach LaVine trade exception. So that was the deal. Pretty bad for the Kings. They wanted a first for Keon Ellis. Well, they didn't get no first. They gave him to the
Right.
Cavs, and they helped the Cavs clear $50 million in luxury taxes. And how did the Bulls get a pick in this deal, and the Kings just come away with DeAndre Hunter's $23 million salary? And that's not really a tank move because Hunter's a decent
A decent
rotational role
player.
guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think he
yeah,
averaged 16 points, don't he? Something like that.
yeah, so I don't understand what the Kings' mindset was. I thought they were doing a fire sale, and they're still. I hear the Kings still want to do deals. I'll get to that in a second, but yeah, I didn't understand
I
why the Kings made
imagine.
this move. And Keon Ellis, who was one of the top trade people right now, he went to a Cavs team who now has a fresher luxury bill. All they have to do now is move Lonzo Ball and his expiring 10 mil, and I think another two minimum deals, and they get below the second apron. So the Cavs, honestly, who are in a pretty dicey situation, might have a chance to come away from this deadline at least with some cap flexibility, given the fact that they don't win. They have some big decisions to make with their core four of Mitchell, Garland, Mobley out if they don't win. So I thought the Cavs made out like bandits last night in that deal. And then there was a side deal this morning between the Hawks and Portland. The Hawks sent a young player with like 2 years of control to Portland, and Portland sent them an expiring contract, basically a guy that's on the injury list right now in 2 seconds. So you wonder if the Hawks are lining up to make maybe a Anthony Davis type move that they were rumored to do before Davis went down with injuries. So those are the two deadline deals that happen right now, and there could be more coming. The Lakers, they were discussing a deal with the Cavs about Hunter, but I guess the Lakers didn't like what they were hearing. So the Lakers are now a team to monitor. I'm hearing they might be interested in DeMar DeRozan from the Kings. So we'll just see what
Right.
happens there. And right now with Brooklyn, I keep hearing Dayron and Claxton as people of interest. I don't know if you saw last night the big game between Peterson and Dabasa. There was some heavy GMs
Yeah.
there. Sean Marks actually does more than
Was
watch Green
there?
Lopez. He was there, and there was
Yeah.
video footage of him and the Pacers president talking shop. So you wonder, does Nick Claxton, for a Pacers team that wants to be competitive again next year, want to make something like that? Also, Sam Presti and the Spurs GM were both in attendance too. So those are two teams as well that are now in the rumor mill. OKC wants to potentially get a cheaper center option because they might want to move off of Hartenstein in the future. Dayron has been brought up. And then the Spurs, they're a wild card team to get MPJ. But first, I just want to say thoughts and prayers to MPJ. He's not playing tonight. He lost a family member. So thoughts and prayers
Wow.
to him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
regardless of what trade stuff goes on, nothing but the best for him and his family during a tough time. But yeah, it was interesting
R-
last night seeing who Sean was in attendance with, because that could maybe give us a sense of what could go down this week. Because I want to see the Nets be active, and it's interesting that some deals are getting done, but they're very sub tier at the moment until Giannis situation gets settled.
Yeah. Yeah. I told you it was going to get hot the last minute. But, the thing is, so far the Nets are kind of like still shopping around. I know teams are interested in our bigs, though. That is for
Right,
sure.
right.
That is for sure. They are interested in our bigs. And I kept saying that they have fit a lot of teams. A lot of
hmm
teams out there could use Claxton's and Dayron skill. I don't know how I feel about letting Dayron go. I really don't.
Yeah, it's tough, but OKC is such an interesting name because even Brian Windhorst said OKC hasn't been in trade conversations until this last week, and the reason is Hartenstein has an expiring $29 million salary the following year, and OKC eventually they're going to meet a heavy cap bill because Shea will be the first ever $80 million salary on their books in 2 years,
Wow.
believe it or not. So Hartenstein, unfortunately, is as impactful as he was to them winning a title. We all know eventually pieces move on or move forward. So I think for them, they're looking at the market, seeing as there's a cheap center out there that we could maybe get something back for value. And Daron Sharp, I mean, checks a lot of boxes for OKC. Great rebounder, could fit well off the bench. It's just what would OKC have to give up? Well, they have 4 picks right now in the draft this year, and they have a 76ers one, which is middle. I think one we could get for Dayron is the Rockets 2026 pick, which is currently at 26 in this year's draft. And I understand not want to trade Dayron for anything lower than either multiple seconds or a good first. It's a good first. To get any type of extra first in this draft, to give up Dayron who's making only $6 million, it's something you have to consider. And also, OKC is shopping Usman Dieng, who's a young project player. So if you could come away with an Usman and a 2026 Rockets first for Dayron, that is a deal that Sean Marks should be on the phone with right now because you're literally getting double value for a guy who's a great big, a solid backup, but you're cashing in on high value for a guy making a sub salary. So that would be a deal that I would definitely entertain if OKC's serious about wanting to get a cheap center on the market. And then Claxton, Pacers again, that conversation between Sean and the Pacers president. I know the Pacers are playing dead right now, but they need a center right now. And I don't think Jay Huff is going to be a starting center in a few years. So Claxton kind of fits what the Pacers want to build. Obi Toppin would be a contract coming back to us. He's not going to play. I don't think rest of the season much at all. It's what else has come with that. Jarice Walker is a prospect we've been connected with in the past, a young wing who could kind of fit our system, and then a first round pick. I don't know what Pacers picks are, but you could come away with a Toppin, a prospect, and a Walker, and a first for Claxton. That's cashing in value right there. So it'll be interesting to see if
Yeah,
those
right.
conversations get serious with Clarkson. But you're very right. I would say the MPJ stuff is kind of going to the side right now, unless a team like Detroit or Lakers want to take a big swing out of nowhere. But I would say Clarkson and Dayron are probably your highest trade chips going to this week with teams like Boston, Lakers, OKC. A lot of playoff teams that would be interested in either one of these bigs. So John Marks has a market for
Yeah.
them. I'd be shocked if he doesn't cash in at least one of Dayron and Clarkson before 3 o'clock strikes on Thursday.
Right. What have you heard anything about Cam Thomas being on the
Oh,
trading block? I see here that Milwaukee was interested in him.
yeah, Cam Thomas, the saga, for one way or another, I think it's coming to an end very soon. And tonight and Tuesday against LA could actually be Cam's last game in Brooklyn. So it's very interesting when this came up. We've heard Milwaukee interested in Cam for a while now, but why would they be interested when they're going to trade Giannis potentially as soon as before 3 p.m. on Thursday? Well, if the Nets are involved, let's say in a multi-team deal, Bucks are going to want expiring deals, short-term salaries. Cam could fit on their rebuilding side of things because he get
Yeah.
all the run in the world, drop a bunch of points, sell a few tickets. He would just
Yeah.
have to
At
okay
least
it
for
and
a year.
yeah, at least for a few months. And then for us, what will we get back? Gary Harris, a minimum contract, comes off the books, and a Utah 2026 protected second. I mean, I know that's horrible value for Cam, but at this point, if the divorce is official and it's settled, it just comes down to Cam
Yeah.
saying, yes, send me to a new situation where I can work on my craft, and the Nets get back something. It's like breadcrumbs, but it's something for a kid who's unfortunately his future is not likely to be with
Yeah.
Brooklyn past this week. So that's kind of what I'm getting from the Bucks situation. He'd be a salary dump roped into a multi-team deal, and Brooklyn could collect some type of asset and expiring salary. That's kind of it right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting with Cam.
That's for sure. They have no choice. I understand that.
Fortunately, yes,
I
that's
have,
just what it's leading
yeah.
to.
Yeah. So tonight we play Detroit. Are we
Daunting.
playing in are we playing in Brooklyn? Yeah.
Uh, I'm not sure. I got to check, but MPJ's not playing tonight, given the situation
Let me
with his
see.
family. He's not playing for the Nets tonight, so the Nets are definitely gonna have to put up some type of fight tonight because it's gonna be a long day at the office, especially
Are
for
we
Nick
playing at
Claxton.
Detroit?
Yeah, we'll play at Detroit. So, but yeah, no MPJ tonight. No Noah Clowney. His back injury is a little worrisome now. It's gone from a back issue to a back sprain, and more likely than not, I don't think you'll see Noah Clowney until maybe after the All Star break, because we have no reason to rush him back and back to a serious injury. So, I don't think you'll see Noah Clowney back in a Brooklyn uniform until after
Yeah,
the All
until
Star break. So, as late
yeah,
as
I agree.
February 19, you probably could see Noah Clowney or something after that. But that's just being precautious. So yeah, tonight's going to be a big fight for the Nets. It'll be good to see Yegor, Nolan, and Wolf get run. We talked about a lot on Breezy in your show
Yeah, got
how
him.
good they look together. And Yegor had rave reviews about Nolan, saying, "I love it. This guy makes our jobs a lot easier." And I know Breezy has been advocating for weeks to see a Nolan Yegor backcourt because Nolan's more of a point guard, Yegor's more of a scorer. I right now think Yegor's a point guard wing of some crazy sort, but if Yegor is given that type of energy and confidence into what Nolan brings next to him and what he brings to the whole starting lineup, I think tonight you could see Nolan get his second career start, and maybe this Yegor Nolan pairing has more to offer than we even think right now. Especially when Yegor, our lottery pick, is saying, "I want to play with this guy." So it'll be interesting to see if that's what the
Right.
lineup is again tonight.
Yeah, got a protected second. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
It is sad
it's
because he
something,
did
but
bring us some
yeah.
joy. He did bring us some joy, man. He beat the Knicks, man. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. It is a rivalry between the Knicks and the Nets, you know. So, I mean, he brung some kind of joy.
Yeah, and at the end of the day,
It's
Jello, you could just
unfortunate.
it is unfortunate. Jello, you could kind of just see in the last few weeks, Cam's mind's just not been there, and we all understand that like this organization has invested him. They want him to take a $9 million 1 year qualifying offer to waive his no trade clause. I think that was kind of like the camel that broke his back in a sense because it's like, okay, you guys are valuing me so much, you actually give me an offer where I have to give up my control to essentially be a pawn. And Cam was like, if I'm going to be a pawn, at least I'm going to have control where I'm going. So I understand why Cam is the way he is. But at the end of the day, maturity, professionalism, like for the Cam fans that still want to see him be here, unfortunately, Cam is checked out and is putting his own future and priorities ahead of what you guys think he should be on his team. And I wish him the best of luck. But for Cam this summer, for him and whoever his agent is, I hope it's not a 6, 7, or 8 coming, but Cam has a lot to evaluate this summer with if the Bucks get him or whoever gets him going forward. He's going to have to realize playing off the bench might be his only way to really break through. But if he's in a rebuilding situation like Milwaukee, he might get a chance to start and maybe have some type of thing there. But for him right now, he's got to realize that a lot of teams are very set. And if they ask him to be a bench guy, he's probably have to take something similar to what we offer this year or possibly lower just because his own health issues are also a reoccurring issue. But I wish the best for Cam. But yeah, I would be shocked and surprised if 3 o'clock Thursday strikes and Cam is still a Brooklyn Net. I would be shocked. At that point, a waiver might even be the worst case scenario at this point. But I'm not going there. I think there's something going to get done, but
That
it's probably going to be nothing
I
too
think
crazy
a
from
waiver
back fans for
is
him.
just if they waive him, that would be just such a stupid thing. That would be
I mean,
such a dumb thing.
It's Sean Mark Scott. Are we surprised if he does something like that? We've seen him have Ben Simmons on his team for 3 years, but the $100 million doing
Yeah, but
nothing, and then he waived him.
Ben don't had Ben had very little value. I
Right?
mean, extremely little. He couldn't even
Stupid.
score, man.
Nope.
He couldn't even score. So I mean, that's not even, you know. I understand that, you know, Cam defensively is a liability sometimes because of his size, but hey, there's a lot of people in the NBA got size issue. That's not the reason. As long as they can score, you
Right.
know. Sometimes you need scorers. You need people that can put the ball in the bucket. The bucket. Sometimes your starters don't got it going on.
Yeah. It just feels
You
like
you have no choice.
it feels like Cam came a little late into a new era of basketball. If we're talking about the last 5 or 6 years when you had Curry and all these small guards kind of dominating the league, I think Cam would have had a great chance to really have a more defined role, maybe even be a potential real starter. But unfortunately, he came at a time where now the NBA is looking for taller, big players, positionless basketball. That theme is something every team now wants to do, shooting mad threes. It's like Cam, He's a bucket scorer. That's what he loves to do. But the NBA is kind of telling him and other people who are like him for skill set on scoring that if you don't bring anything else to the table, your money, your value is going to kind of go to the wayside. And so, unfortunately, Cam, NBA media had to make a sad example out of him, which honestly they overdid in some areas. But this is just kind of the way the NBA is going. And it's unfortunate Cam couldn't have been in the NBA a little sooner because I think he would have had a better chance. Just right now, everything that could have went wrong for Cam went wrong. And he just has to roll with the pieces, the dice. He's just going to have to roll with the cards at this point, and hopefully he finds something next year with somebody. I just don't know where that is at this point.
Yeah, getting hurt. Gallo said getting hurt again
Mm-hmm.
this season also affected his value. Yeah, yeah. It would be nice to keep him as a six man, but
He just don't want that with
I
us.
don't
That's
know.
it.
I don't know what Sean is thinking. I really don't. I don't think
So,
nobody really knows. So
yeah,
we'll find out though.
it was interesting. He
We'll
was at
find
that
out.
game. I mean, I expected every big GM to be at the Peterson DeBassa game because, listen, Derek Peterson, as much as I'm prioritizing DeBassa, Boozer, and Wilson over him because we have so many guards already, that kid is dynamic. Like, he's a grown man, dropping the basketball everywhere he can on the court. Like, very skilled. The only worry is his durability and some health concerns. But if the Nets somehow have the number one pick, I would not be surprised if he is the number one choice because having him and a Jaeger backcourt could be very, very exciting from a scoring perspective. But Dabasa, he's still super solid, superstar potential talent. Like if you have one of those top two slots this upcoming May 10th on lottery day, you have to feel pretty damn good about your future. And I hope if for whoever it is that it's a team that's trying to do this the right way and try to build it from scratch. Not that a team that's already halfway to contention gets one of these two guys, because you already see with guys like Dylan Harper who have a lot of good skill set and potential that they're not really getting utilized to their full potential. And for our team, we need desperately a franchise star player. So for us, this draft is so important on so many levels. And for Sean Marks, him being there is telling me that he's watching that. And other things, he's talking shop with a team like the Pacers who want to contend in the next year again. You see Spurs and OKC, who currently have two lottery picks. The Clippers have done well lately, but they're losing a bit here or there. They're barely out of the lottery, and same with the Spurs because the Hawks have owe them a pick, and the Hawks are kind of like in the middle tier zone as well. So until the Hawks and Clippers get out of the lottery situation, Presti and Spurs GM are licking their chops because they have a chance to have more power when they shouldn't. So I hope Sean Marks is talking shop with a lot of those different GMs because there should be some business getting done this week. If the MPJ stuff's not going to happen, one of Claxton and Dayron cash in while their values are at the highest right now because just using your $15 million to do one salary dump for a Gabe Vincent or Maxi Kleber, a second round pick, is not a smart way to go about this deadline, especially when once the Giannis stuff gets settled, hopefully like a day before the trade deadline, a lot of people should be calling the Brooklyn Nets to say, is this guy available? Is this guy available for the right price? And if Sean says, oh, give me 2+ first, and Sean, you're a jerk. Like, you got to be flexible. I know Sean likes to have all the power, all the control all the time, but in this CB era, other GMs not just going to throw their goodies your way, especially to facilitate. So hopefully Sean Marks can
Yeah,
show us some type of flexibility, ingenuity with pulling off small moves. Sometimes the smallest moves are the best moves, and not always just trying to
yeah,
swing high and steal somebody because nobody's going to fall for Sean's tricks all the time unless especially when he doesn't have a superstar to dangle in front of them. So hopefully we see some activity from Sean maybe tomorrow or Tuesday at the latest. And Thursday, we play on Thursday on the deadline, so I don't expect much on Thursday. But Wednesday, a day off, I expect some activity on Wednesday, and I will be shocked and
I don't
stupefied
know.
if we do nothing
I
on
wouldn't be
Wednesday.
shocked. I wouldn't be shocked that Sean don't do too much. I really wouldn't be shocked.
But he's got to spend the
Um,
$15 million in cap space. He can't
yeah,
actually hold on to that. So
yeah,
let's see.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, yeah, yeah. Cam should have took that money. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, Leaf.
We got Leaf in the house. What's up, Leaf?
Yo, what's going on, bro?
What you think about
You
these little
100% right about
trades that?
Cam. I said that light years ago.
Yeah, yeah. He should
Um,
have took that money. He should have took that money.
I understand everything that John was talking about. In terms of the Clippers and the Hawks, what he meant to say was the Clippers and the Pelicans. They're trying to get out of the situation because they don't have their picks. That's who it
Right,
was.
right.
No, the Pelicans is basically tanking for the Hawks, and the Clippers is basically tanking for OKC.
Right, and
So
the
Yeah, the
that's
Hawks owe the
Hawks.
Spurs a pick too. The Hawks currently owe the Spurs their year's pick. That's why I mentioned the Hawks.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The Hawk. Oh well, the Hawks should be all right. They still middle of the pack, even with or
Right.
without Trey Young. Man,
Yeah, even without
ain't nothing
Trey.
to really
Yeah.
bother about. But the reality about it is that based off the trade that I knew was I basically knew a mid trade was going to happen yesterday, and it did. It was actually the Cavs trading for Toaster Strudel, and
Toaster Strudel.
I think they got rid of DeAndre Hunter, and they got a Keon Ellis out of that too, man. I mean that's some good backups. I think the Cavs is trying to make something late happen, man, because they got some good depth now. They
Did they
back to
let
having some good depth,
Darius
so I
go?
think
Leaf,
they
what
should
They
be
let
Leaf, what were the Kings thinking? They wanted draft capital for Keon Ellis. They ended up giving the Bulls a second round pick
the
and
second
just
round
taking
pick. Yeah,
Hunter's contract. Like,
listen,
so
this
what
if
was
you
that
want to
all
look for an
about?
organization worse than us, bro,
Yeah.
look no further than the Sacramento
Oh,
Kings.
yo, horrible, horrible.
I'm
Like,
not gonna lie, them niggas
that's
is bad,
horrible.
bro. They said no to, bro. They had
uh
Vladi in the front office, and they said no to Luca, and they said
Crazy.
oh
yes to
my
Marvin
god.
Bagley. That ought
That's
to tell you
crazy.
something.
Oh
That's
They said
man,
no
crazy.
to
can't
Luca
make
and
it
said yes
over.
to Marvin Bagley.
That's insane. That is
Yes, they had
insanity.
Vladi in the office too when they did that.
Yeah, like I heard.
Vladi
Vladi
don't
is
need to be
from
there.
literally across the country where Luca's from. He said no.
Where Lucas from? Yeah.
Yes.
Yo,
So he said
Cash.
that. So and come to find out, the only reason why Vladi said that is because he took a trip to that country, bro, and they found out about the stuff between him and Drazen Petrovic, and a lot of people didn't want him in that country. So he said F a Luca.
Wow, wow.
So and that's
That's
how
wild.
Vladi ended up losing his job. But the reality about this trade deadline is like that I know is that nothing. I don't really expect nothing to happen just off the strength that the best trades that we made was in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're gonna stick to the code in terms of that, bro. I don't think we're gonna
Yeah,
really
me
rush
too.
nothing, bro.
I
Like
think we
if
I don't think nothing gonna shake
I don't
We
until
think
gotta
nothing
use
gonna
that
shake neither.
$15 million
Everything like the biggest
dollars.
deal is the Trey Young deal. Giannis is pretty much the trade deadline, but nobody's gonna jump into the off season. The
nobody's
off
jumping
season
to
is
the off
where
season.
the Bucks are really gonna be ultimate sellers, bro, because they're gonna catch a team lacking, and they're gonna get
Yep.
a whole bunch of draft capital in return for Giannis, which you're supposed to do.
Yep. Which they supposed to.
Speaking of the honest stuff, two updates today. Nick Friedel, who covers the Warriors, says that the Warriors actually don't want to move Jimmy Butler and they're fully committed to his rehab. And everybody was going, Draymond Green? I would be surprised if Curry okays his main co buddy Draymond going for Giannis. I mean, I think Curry want to play with Giannis, but at the expense of Draymond, if I think Curry would say trade Butler, but if they're not going to trade Butler in this deal, I don't see the Warriors being fully all in on Giannis. And the Knicks, apparently the Knicks have been scouring the market, look at Carthy Towns' value, saying maybe they'll get some draft compensation. You're not getting draft compensation for a guy making $50 to $60 million, and you've been benching his ass the last 5 to 6 games. And Midkel's value is just as bad. They actually said today Bridges and Towns' values are so bad. And honestly, I think the equivalent of their values from what was it, 6 picks for Mick
Mhm.
and two valuable rotation pieces and a first for Towns. You put their values together, I think it's less than two firsts right now for both of them. Like their values are
I will
that
tell you
bad right
this about
now.
the Tangerines, bro. Go look at the team that they had in the late '90s when they had Spreewell, Larry Johnson, Marcus Camby, Ewan, Allen Houston, and John Starks all at once. Go look back at that team and how loaded that team was, and what did they do? Nothing. They gonna do the same
Yeah.
thing, bro. 20 something years later because they're the Knicks. This is what they do, bro. Like they spend like, bro. This is we talking about a franchise that has spent over 180 billion dollars since 1980 all the way to today, and they have no championships to show for it. They did that all in the free agency market. They
Wow.
spent over
They could have
180
gotten Giannis, but they gave
billion
us the package
dollars.
for him.
They have. Let me repeat that. The Knicks have spent over 180 billion dollars in the last
Wow.
45 years.
Wow.
In the last 45 years, and they have nothing to show for it, bro. Like the Knicks are
That's
known for
crazy.
over for making one trade too many. I'm telling you. They've been doing it,
I
and they
it's
tried to
no
clean it up in the early 2000s, and they couldn't do it then. They
it still
tried.
mind boggles
That
me why they wanted to go all in on Bridges because if they would have held for a year extra, they could have gotten Giannis. Like right now, honestly, if they never did that deal with us, they could have gotten Giannis right now, a week or two before the deadline. But they haven't. I'll be honest with you. They should be calling us right now. We have your Giannis package. Get another team involved. Get us something if we were actually ever considering helping you get Giannis. But they
The
can't. You know
Knicks,
why? Because we want Giannis. So yeah, the
the
Knicks
Knicks
screwed
are not gonna
themselves
call
on
us
this one.
because they
They're
felt
not.
like
They're
they
not.
robbed us, man, for Mikel, and they
We
really
robbed
spent
them.
high. That's what
We
they
robbed
really
them.
did. They didn't
We
do
were.
that, bro. Like this is what the Knicks do, bro. Like they overpay a lot of money for a lot of players, bro. Like based on chemistry and based on the results and based on the relationships that they had in the past. And this is what you get for it: garbage.
yeah, yeah.
This
If
is
they
what they
don't.
do.
Hey,
It's
If they
doo doo
don't.
on top of doo doo.
If they don't trade for Giannis, they're stuck in a town's nightmare because they don't want to pay that guy, and nobody I don't think wants him. So yeah, if
his
they don't do this
contract is
Giannis
up
move, they're
this
in
year,
trouble this
right?
summer.
Next year,
Well, what
he has
ruined
a play
Towns, bro,
option
was the
next
fact
year.
that they got rid of Tibbs, bro. Tibbs was the only person in that organization that knew how to play Towns. He
Right.
knew how
Yeah,
to play
yeah.
Towns. But Bullethead Mike Brown don't know what the hell he doing.
Yo, bro, that's wild.
He
Yo,
don't. He don't. He never did. Go
wow.
ask LeBron.
I'm telling you, if they don't win this year and they don't pull the Giannis move off, they're in a financial nightmare this summer
They
because
not
Towns.
winning this year.
No, I understand. Their roster right now defensively can't go to toe against OKC or Denver. I'll even throw Houston in there. And Houston is already missing
They
players, but
roster right
their
now
defense
can't
is
even go
not
toe to
good.
toe with the Boston team that they swear that they helped rebuild.
That's fair
It
point.
can't
So like
even go
That
against the Detroit team that they screwed over last year just to get a just to get a first round series.
did you see what Detroit did
yeah.
to them this season? They were on a back to back against the Knicks, and they brought the boxing gloves that game, and they're going to face them again next week on a back to back after facing Washington. So
Let
yeah,
me
I just don't
let me
see them as
ask
legit right now. I don't.
The
let me
Knicks is
ask a question
DOA,
to
dead on
everybody.
arrival.
What, Scott?
Let me ask a question. If Detroit doesn't go to the Eastern Conference Finals, is this a failure for them?
No,
I
because
would
because they
Okay.
way ahead of schedule anyway.
I would
Like
say
Oh, you think
nobody.
so?
Come on, let's be for real, bro. Nobody had this team number one in the East before the season started. Nobody. They
Scott.
way ahead of schedule. The schedule that they ahead of, bro, is the same schedule as OKC, the Spurs, and the Houston team from last year before they decided to overpay for Kevin Durant.
Considering where they were a few years ago, just like Leaf is saying, they've come a long way. And let's remember, they still have all their picks right now at the disposal. They still have a lot of ways to move their roster around. I would say for them right now, they're in a great spot. A failure for me for them would be not getting past the first round at least because
Hey,
they're a great
Ribby.
team right now. Like they got to get past the first round. And honestly, I think they're a very tough matchup for the Knicks because they took the Knicks to 6 games as rookies in playoff mode. Imagine what they could do now with a full year under the belt now, and they added some pieces too. But honestly, if they wanted to really guarantee themselves a real shot at this, they should go after MPJ right now because Tobias Harris, we've seen Tobias in the playoffs. He's not that good, and having an MPJ with a Cade and a Durant, that makes him very tough. But I don't think they're serious about going all in this week. But they have time; they have 3 days, so anything's possible.
Well,
But
the thing
honestly,
is,
they would
bro,
be a
like,
great team for
listen,
them right now.
this is almost the same thing when you told somebody else, bro, that they needed Cam Johnson and they won a championship last year, bro. Like, these teams are young.
Dan Presti called my bluff on that one, but this is a different situation because Detroit doesn't have all the pieces OKC does right now. They have a great star, they have a decent co-star in Durant, but they're missing a third piece right now, and I don't see Tobias Harris being a third piece.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't even know who the third piece was for OKC when they won the whole thing because Chet was a piece of shit. Like realistically, like if we really want to be fair about what these young teams are, these young teams are still growing and believing in their core. In the case of Detroit, they shouldn't because the reason why they are where they are is because of the veteran shooters that they signed. They had their core, bro. Like 2 years ago when they lost 30 straight games, the problem was they didn't have the coach or the shooters or the spacing. Now they have it,
Right,
and
right, and they might be.
Who
now they number one in the East.
who was supposed to come out of the East though? Who was
Cleveland.
supposed to, other than
They're
the
supposed
Knicks?
the Cavs were
Cleveland.
supposed to be at
Cleveland.
the top this year, but they've
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
faltered a bit. But they're starting to find their mojo. I think not having Mobley's a bit of a damper, but they have all the reason to win right now. And what they
I
did yesterday with the
Hey,
Kings, they made out like bandits. They actually saved their luxury bill, and now they could get under it and get their team ready for the playoffs as long as they make the playoffs at this point. So I give the Cavs
we
credit for what
got
they did yesterday against the
yeah.
Cleveland is the
Kings.
only other team that should be at the top of the East.
Hey,
yo,
Pod,
John, yo,
Okay.
John.
Boston
Let
is
me say,
supposed to be
What's up, Pod?
+6.
wait,
Pod,
what,
we
let me
got
Pod?
say
Pod
this.
Don in the house.
Hey,
What's up,
what's
guys?
going on, Scott? Yo, I just wanted to drop in and say right quick.
Go ahead.
You don't remember us getting in an argument last season when I told you that Detroit was on the come up, and
I
then
didn't.
I
I don't
said
believe I
next year.
argue with you.
I said next year. I said next year, Charlotte is gonna be next. You blew a gasket, yo, and
I don't
look what
remember
Charlotte is
arguing with you
doing.
about Detroit,
I, you
but
know,
I
I
mean
had, I thought Detroit was
Charlotte.
supposed
In the
to
case of
be in
Charlotte,
a
Charlotte is
run.
having a month offensively that we had defensively in December. So I'm not even listen.
Nah, yo,
I
if Mark Williams stay healthy, that's a hell of a roster, yo.
Mark Williams is on the Phoenix, bro.
No, oh, that's right. Who's their center?
Diabate
Kalkbrenner?
or
Diabate.
somebody.
There you go.
Yeah, about
Yeah,
there.
they
Yeah,
they replaced Mark last year. Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
They did, yeah. Mark is over on Phoenix balling out, bro. Like
Yeah,
realistically,
he
that's
destroyed
the
us.
team to be looking at.
Nah,
Who?
they not Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Not Phoenix. I like the way they built it back, but it's not real. It's
I
not
don't
gonna
think
be
it's
real.
real
Ah,
neither, but at the
it's
same time,
competitive.
bro, if you got
It's
Dylan Brooks
competitive.
putting up 40 and you're a 30-win team already, bro, and you supposed to be in the shitter, bro, like you were way ahead of time.
Yeah, they are impressive.
Like
I
That's
do
for
I,
why is
sure.
Dylan Brooks putting up 40 on the Pistons?
I do agree with Pod though that their
Because you got
window
to
is
guard
very short
Booker.
with Booker. They're gonna have to move
Booker
Booker
wasn't playing.
eventually.
He didn't
No, but they're
play.
gonna have to move Booker
Booker
eventually.
didn't
I
play
don't.
that night. That was Gillespie out there.
Nah, but listen, Pod's making sense though in the fact that what the Suns doing is very impressive. But let's remember, Booker's gonna be 30 in 2 years. Eventually, this is not gonna be sustainable. They're doing this right now because they have to. But if this doesn't lead to anything real, like Pod is saying, then they might have to trade Booker eventually. And Booker's still at the top of his game, and he's been super impressive this
I
year when
think
he's
the
I
played.
common
think they.
denominator for the Suns is that everywhere that Dylan Brooks has win, he's won.
That's
And
fair.
and,
He's a
and,
good
and
player.
like
That is
like bro,
true.
bro, like we gotta like it's gotta be some respect put on him because this time last year Houston was about to be a 50-win team, bro, before March.
Yeah, they.
And,
But a
and, and
lot
the
of
year
people
and the
are
year
like that.
before that, the
That's one
Grizzlies
of
was number 2 in the West.
that's one of my arguments all the time. It's like because everybody thinks that you need five scorers on your team. That's the
You
last
don't.
thing you need.
Yeah, you don't
You
need
need
five. You
someone who
don't
can
need five
defend the
shooters.
paint. You need someone who can shoot from three. You need someone who can
Yeah.
dribble
Yeah,
penetrate. If
to
you
do
want
the
to be a
intangibles, right, Pod?
exactly, if you
Yeah.
it's intangibles and tangibles in the sense of
Yeah.
there's the things that you
Right.
can't, but you need a big man, right? Like we could watch
Yeah.
the game and see Claxton getting beat down by the centers of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You can see it and be
Yeah.
like, yo, you need someone bigger
He
there. You
needs
need
help.
someone.
Tonight's going
Yeah.
to be a
Yeah.
long night for Clax against Duran, man. I can already predict what could happen, but I'll give Clax a chance. But
Every
man, him
time
and
he stand
Duran,
next to Durant, bro,
scary.
I cringe.
Listen,
I can't.
a lot of centers that have problems with Durant.
Yeah,
But
yeah. No, they're not number one in the
So
East
just
for
don't.
nothing.
It's not just
I
Clax.
mean, but we not gonna sit here and act like Durant just became some top 10 center. He was having
No, he
problems
did
with
not.
Durant in his
He
rookie
did.
year.
Well, there was some people saying that in his sophomore year that he was a bust. So, I like him. I think he's a good player, but I more so
Shout
just
out to
wanted to
JB
point out the
Bickerstaff.
models of building teams. Look at how um you know Peterson went down there to Charlotte and built that thing back up. How they built Detroit back up, how they built OKC back up, how they built, you know what I'm saying? And in retrospect, look at how Phoenix built their team. That Phoenix team with Durant and Beal and the other dude, like
Niggas shit the bed.
that shit is never gonna work. That's not how
And
you build a team.
Yep. A
We
year
can
later,
learn
they
the
got
Nets.
Dylan Brooks. Now they 30 wins and before the trade deadline.
Hi,
Yeah,
hi.
Yeah, yeah.
What was your thoughts on last night's big blockbuster game between Peterson and DeBansa? And what was Sean
Nigga,
Marks
AJ
doing
DeBonsa
in
got cooked.
attendance? No,
listen,
I want to hear what Pod's thoughts are on that. And what was Sean Marks doing there?
he window shopping. He's a
Yeah, he window
window
shopping.
shopper.
Facts.
He don't pick.
Facts. He was
He don't.
definitely window shopping.
He don't.
That's
He
a
don't
good
never
song.
get it.
He know he ain't
Get a
going
call.
nowhere near them players, bro. Like he was definitely window shopping.
You know what I'm saying? But regardless, I thought Darren had a explosive beginning of the game. I've watched the game 3 times now, like the first half 3 times,
Watch
and
that shit twice.
that yo, what can I say, man? Like he's an amazing talent, but that's not the first time. That's not the first time Darren Peterson bust AJ DeBance's ass. Like he's he's given him 50 before. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not like he was guarding him.
This
It's
is
kind
not
of
new.
unfair,
This is
but
So
not
so
new.
historically, AJ DeBonsa can't fuck with Darren Peterson.
nah, they
No,
played a couple
Peterson.
times. You know what I'm saying? But you know who
Yeah,
beats them
Peterson
all?
is
Like
nice, man.
maybe not statistically, but the guy that beats them all. Darren met Cam Boozer in the final, and
He
Cam
did.
Boozer won. You know what I'm
That's true.
saying?
I mean, but this ain't about Cam Boozer right now. This is about
No,
the fact that AJ DeBonsa got fried.
what you call? I mean, it's not his
No,
man.
Peterson is nice, man.
And but
That's
every
not.
time he switched on him, bro, that shit was barbecue chicken. I saw that
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Nah,
Yep.
That
he.
shit was roast beef, bro.
But but
That
what
was
you
a
think?
merciless ass whipping, bro.
But what you think of his health though? You're not worried about the health?
I'm worried about a lot
Yeah,
of
he.
things with these four
Yeah.
players, bro. I'm worried
Yeah.
about his health. I'm worried about AJ DeBonce's the two-way prowess. I'm worried about Caleb Wilson, bro, being more versatile offensively. I'm worried about where
Don't worry
Cam
about
Boozer
that.
is gonna fit.
He don't
I'm
need to
worried
be
about a
with a
lot of
coach
shit,
Don't
bro.
like
worry about
Because if
that
these
Tibbs.
either.
niggas is getting cooked by by their contemporaries in college, what the hell gonna happen to them niggas when they get in the league?
But it's not their
Yeah.
contemporaries. A lot of times you're looking at the surrounding team, and it's 24-year-olds. These,
Right.
the-
That
these,
is true.
they're in.
It's a lot of niggas that it's a lot of niggas that went through the infinity snap, bro, like and got
Yeah,
stuck in
Yep.
college, man, for like 5, 6 years.
yeah. Nah, they
That's a
got niggas
fact.
Like
getting their master's degrees playing
That
playing against 19-year-olds.
that's
You
a
know
fact.
that shit matters. You know what I'm saying when you're doing an evaluation. But I would say right now, ranking wise, is Darren. I would put Cam Boozer at 2, and I'll put AJ at
Ooh,
3.
wow.
okay. All
Mm.
This is
right.
going to be a very interesting top three on May 10th. I'm telling you. Everybody
And
wants to know what's that top
I'll
three
be
going to
honest with
be.
you. I just think Cam Boozer gonna get picked first because he likes him.
No,
I think I think
he's
he's
a
gonna get
gifted
picked first
talent.
if he
Leave the guy's
gets
a
if he
bulldozer of a
wins the
player, man.
I mean,
NCAA.
I think he is, but I don't think he better. I'm not taking him before Darren Peterson. That's just me.
I
Leave
think
you.
Sean Marks takes him before Darren Peterson.
Probably.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
I mean,
You
even
think so?
Cam Boozer sound he looked
I
like
don't
a yes sir,
know.
no sir kind of guy, bro. Like I think if
Who do you think Jordy would want?
fuck Jordy.
I
Like
think Jordy would want
this
Peterson.
ain't about Jordy no
the
more. Jordy got his pick,
Scott, the
man. Like
last time they asked Jordy what he think, you know what
he
happened?
picked Ben
He
Surratt.
didn't
He picked
know.
Ben
He
I know
didn't
Surratt.
what you're getting
know.
Don't
ready
ask
to
him what he
say.
think no more.
You think so? You
They
think
ain't
he
No,
asking
picked
Jordy
that's
shit
Surratt?
no
Ness
more.
Daily that said that. That's not me.
That's yeah, he said that's Daily
See,
that
but
said that.
you listen. Nets Daily is wrong. Nets Daily is wrong, man.
Don't
Wrong
He
say
about
that
always
what?
about
putting
Bob. Don't say that about Bob.
negativity
He'll
on
block
people.
you, Scott. He'll block you, Scott, if you say anything bad about him. Like he
Yeah,
blocked
but
Remember
me.
I'm
y'all
just
argue
saying
with
he
Nets
always
Daily
saying
every single
something
day?
negative.
He quote tweet me every day.
Yeah, it's amazing. He needs you, man, to raise his stats stuff. His own stats.
He just like to argue.
That's
I'll be honest, bro.
yeah,
I
he
think
like
if
that.
Sean Marks in this front office had their way, they picking Cam Boozer for all of them because Cam Boozer just looked like a yes sir, no sir type of dude. I mean, no one.
Caleb Wilson, though, is a standout for me, man. He plays positionless basketball. Like, if you wanted the number one guy that fits this system that you're trying to build, Wilson would fit that billing a lot, man. He's a very skilled
Listen,
player,
they
and
cannot
he can
go
I mean,
wrong
defend.
in the top four.
I like AJ DeBonsa, but he looked like a nigga that just stepped out the house, bro. Ain't even washed up, bro. Like for real.
What?
I ain't gonna lie
Yo,
to you.
Leaf, you are funny with your assessment of these draft people. You don't watch them, but you kind of like have an inkling of what they are. Whether I don't know if you're fully right about that, but
Yo,
it's
Bro, AJ
entertaining.
DeBonsa looked like he
no,
just stepped clean out the crib, bro. Like
the
just did a
thing that
bird
makes.
bath.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Leaf. You're an NBA GM, and you see this player that is a fundamental machine, right?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
you you see him. He's a fundamental machine. He's not box office. He's not gonna do anything, any highlights. But every single game, he gonna grind out 20 and 10. And he
Mhm.
just won the national championship after winning everything in high school. He wins the national championship. Do you draft that player?
Yes, I do.
What
Absolutely.
I
that's
would.
I
100%.
that's what I'm saying. It's like you can't either you're gonna get Cam Boozer or you're gonna get the most electric prospect that's been out in the league, and then you can't front even if he's there and you could draft AJ
Right.
DeBessa and two others went before him. That's a win to get AJ DeBessa.
But
I mean,
That's why that's what I'm
it's
saying.
only a win. It's only a win. A pot. It's only a win if the development goes right, bro. Because we known
That's
to
true too.
ruin shit, bro. Like that's just
That's
what we do.
that's
You know what I'm saying?
that's true too. We're not
Yeah.
we're not
We
we're
were
not
like
good
we
with
could get
that.
it. We could get a pick and make him look like
all,
some shit.
all they got to do is trust the rookies. Look what Yegor, Nolan, and Wolf did when they actually were allowed to play their games on the court. They like playing with each other. When Joy doesn't
Michael Porter
micromanage or
hurt tonight,
over
right?
criticize, yeah, he's out tonight. He
I
lost a
think
family
he out
member.
tonight.
Thoughts and prayers, man.
What happened? What's
He,
wrong?
he lost a family member this past week.
Oh
I think,
man,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry to
And
hear
it's right
that,
before the
Mike.
deadline, so I didn't even care about deadline stuff. I just want him and his family to be okay at the end of the day, even if he's still in conversations. Like
My
that's
son,
unfortunate.
my son just went into his room. Right, he heard what you said. He
Well,
said he faking.
What?
Because me and my son got a joke about MPJ that every
uh,
time they try to trade him, he hide.
Oh no! I hope your son. Oh man, son's
that's
funny,
foul.
but you gotta chill.
That's
You gotta
nasty
chill
work.
on that one. You gotta
My
chill on
son,
that one.
my son was watching the game. He was talking to some celebrities on the side. My son looked at that. I was like, oh, that dude never leaving New York.
Hmm. He not.
At least for not
He's
another year at this rate.
Not at least not
he
into
does
the
After
off
not
season.
he does not want to go. Ice Spice hit him off. He's like, yo, I'm
He
never
getting
leaving.
interviews left and right, bro. Ice Spice ain't even got no good box, man. She a redhead. She a fake redhead bitch man from BX, bro. Get out of here,
Don't
Oh
judge the
wow!
don't judge the
No
box.
comment. This is
bro.
wow.
Yeah.
She got Pizza Hut box, bro. Come on, stop it.
Yo, Scott, you might need to
That ain't
tell.
legit box. Bro. Just because you dress it up, bro, don't make it other
Nah,
than what it is,
It's
bro.
a
That's
family
but
Pizza Hut box,
channel.
but look how Mike responded to it though. Mike said, I ain't never going home. Fuck that.
bro. That's but NBA, but hold up, Pod. Historically speaking, NBA niggas are smuts, bro. They fall for
Yo,
anything, bro.
they
You
they
could put a
they do.
mouse
That
trap in
is
front of
true.
them. You could put a mouse trap in front of them with glitter
They'll
and
put their
gold, my nigga.
hand
Them
right
niggas
in
will
it.
trip right over that shit. Oh, I didn't know what that was.
Yo, that's
Oh,
insane.
damn, my
That
bad.
analogy is insane. I was the first time I've heard that analogy in my life. Yo,
Yo,
She
Lee,
that
got
think
yeah,
about
Pizza
this
hey,
Hut
stuff,
hey
box,
man.
bro.
John,
Like
hey
that
John,
box.
you
Come
you the
on,
young
bro.
homie. You the young homie, but that's the NBA. Yo, the NBA
That is the
players for some
NBA.
reason
That
loves
is.
whores.
Yeah,
I
they
don't even
love
know how to say
whores.
it
I don't know.
nicely.
I
I
don't
want
know why they attracted to it.
to.
Bro, you know what?
They
They
attracted to
love
that shit.
whores, hyenas, pterodactyls, bro. They
It's the
don't
money,
care.
Scott. Scott, a lot of it's the money. When they get rich money, they think they're bigger than life, man. Unfortunately, that
It ain't even
eventually
the
gets
money.
old.
It's the access, bro. Like
It's
to
the
be
access.
honest, bro,
Yo, John,
it's
when they're
really the
recruiting these
access.
kids, think about what Patino got fired for. They're recruiting the kids
Yeah.
with prostitutes.
Oh
That's
And
man,
crazy. That's
and
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
the craziest shit in that story was that they had been doing it so long, they used to hire one prostitute's mom and started hiring the daughter for the new prospects coming in.
That's crazy.
That's how long the school had been doing it. I think it
That's
was
crazy
Louisville.
work.
Wow.
I think it was
Louisville
That
was
is
doing
Louisville.
that.
sick.
Wow.
That's sick.
They
That's
did all of
sick.
Because it
that
was
hiring, bro,
Patino.
and they ain't got not one national title to show for it, bro. You hired that many prostitutes. Come
Nah, but
on, bro.
That's when you
remember,
focus on Leaf. Stop! Oh my God! This is why we don't talk about this stuff.
Nah,
Oh,
man. Nah, it's time to
man.
cut
I
up,
oh,
just
bro.
stick
you
to
Like,
you
basketball,
never
man.
heard
I
of
don't
the
stick to some
scandal?
side stuff.
You never heard of the scandal
I'm
with
just now hearing
Patino?
about it now.
Oh man, that's a famous one, man. That's why he's at St. John's.
That's
That like
crazy.
that was a top coach. Like Patino was a national championship winning type coach. He come to your program,
Yeah.
he fix it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that is
You
a
talking
fact.
about
But
Louisville?
he's at St. John's now. Why? Because
Yeah, yeah,
of that scandal. There's a book about
yeah.
it and the
That
whole
was
shit.
I mean,
Speaking of
but it's
yeah.
easy to get prostitutes in Louisville, bro. You ever seen them truck stops in Kentucky?
Nah,
Come on.
I've never
You
It's-
ain't
even
never
been
heard of
there.
them truck stops in Kentucky? Go look at the news, bro. Like, bro, they always there. Come
speaking
on,
of
bro.
yeah.
scandals,
It's easy to get
wait,
prostitutes in Kentucky, bro. Come on.
speaking of scandals, Paul George got suspended for taking a bad drug. Again, Philly season
He
keeps
ain't take
going
a
up
bad drug.
and
He did that
down,
on
up and
purpose, bro.
down.
Dropped 30 something. The league figured him out.
Wow,
That's
wow.
what
What did he
that happened.
take though? Anybody know what he took?
He
They
took that
said
shit that
something
Some
you're
Braun
not allowed
took.
to
something
take.
about his
Oh,
mental
he tried to
health.
do the
Mental
Miami
health, yeah.
cocktail.
Yeah, he took that shit
Yeah.
that Braun took, bro. Hit 9 threes and got the film right after the fact. Got caught.
Wow.
They
I
look,
was like, I know
they,
exactly what Paul George
they
did.
was watching that shit. It was like, you ain't no Jaeger. Get that nigga.
Like,
Yo.
yo, like
Nine
PG, bro,
threes.
you washed. Come on, bro.
You can't even jump.
Like, you mean to tell me
but
you just come out of nowhere, just start dropping 30 again? Stop it.
Yo, he was
Philly's
looking
a
at
he
Philly's a
he's
bad
BJ.
one,
Oh
he's
man.
gonna
like,
lose
damn.
12
If
or
I could
$18 million.
turn back
That's
time.
That
that's a
actually,
lot
that
of
actually,
bread.
that actually helps the 76ers with their luxury bill because they were right up against it. Now they could actually get way under it if they
Yeah,
call
they
a team like us about dropping some salary dumps with picks. It actually worked out for
Yeah.
I
them. It
mean,
was
listen, bro.
bad.
If they
it
could
did.
convince MPJ to stay off the podcast, they could convince him to stay away from Pizza Hut box. Stop it.
Nah,
Wow.
nah. Not
Well,
not
Gallo,
Zion.
Peterson's health is a
I mean,
concern,
what?
though.
No,
Yeah.
but Zion on after Pizza Hut box, he after hyenas and pterodactyls and shit.
They
That
just
nigga's
announced
after
this.
the goddamn
Lions and bears, oh my.
he after
They,
not even that lions and bears. He after rodents and
Pterodactyls,
the pterodactyls and
T-Rexes and shit.
T Rexes and shit. Yeah,
T-Rex.
yo,
I'm not gonna lie. His choice, his pick per choice is not good. That's not a nigga that you need making decisions.
Yo, that's if if you chasing after porn stars from the 90s,
Nah,
like
nah, not even the '90s.
fuck you doing, young nigga?
If you taking after corn stars that couldn't even get a
uh,
contract after 1 year, like
he
come on.
Baywatch and shit. Baywatch babes and shit.
Not
Right?
even Baywatch, bro. Like these is whole pterodactyls
No.
that tried to juice up with Dr. Miami, botched the surgery, and you still going after 'em.
He what it is he watches them online. Like the one he had a
Yeah,
baby
yeah,
with,
yeah.
the most recent, or maybe not even most recent, or the last one I heard, he was watching Queens flip. How the fuck you
Oh man.
picking, you a NBA player, you're a multi-millionaire, you wear brand Jordan, you have your own
Hmm.
signature shoe, so that means you have multi millions,
Hmm.
and you shopping on Queens Flip
That's crazy.
for box.
Yeah, that's
That's
nasty
worse
work.
than
Yeah, that's
that's worse
crazy.
than Pizza Hut
Yeah, that's
box.
crazy. Well,
That's that's
That's
Kennedy
lower
Fried
than.
Chicken box. Like that's
that's when you got too much shit on,
I ain't
what
gonna
you
lie.
too
That's
doing,
much
worse than
yo?
time
that.
on your
That ain't even
hand.
Kennedy Fried, bro. That's lower than that. That's the halal spot.
Yeah, that's crack chicken
Remember to
right
go to
there,
a
boy.
halal spot? Them niggas serve you
yo,
chicken
Yeah,
with the halal.
he's food truck status,
Yeah, yeah,
yo.
yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
definitely.
he's
He
yeah,
That's
yeah,
Mariah
yeah,
Mills. That's who you bagging.
Oh
That's
man.
yeah.
they just
Mariah
That's
announced.
Mills
definitely
was
holy
was
moly
doing
donut
work
shop right there,
in the
boy.
Yo,
Tupac
Scott, that's
days.
wild, Scott.
She wasn't even doing work then. Nah. She knew the problem was is
She
that
not new. She not new, son.
not new, but I mean, but she the problem was is the chick is disgusting, bro. She took a doodle in some chick Lambo.
What?
Yeah.
What is happening?
What?
She
Well,
took a
Scott,
doodle
you're
in
showing
somebody's
to
Yeah,
reach new
Lambo, bro.
heights,
Yeah,
Scott.
she had to go to the bathroom.
yeah,
She
I
had too
know,
much
I
implant in the
know.
booty,
Like,
and she took
wow.
and she took a doodle.
Son,
It
do you understand? Like, you an NBA player. You can have
said,
any
"Son,
girl.
you understand?"
You can have any girl. And this is the best you can
And this
do.
is what you come back with.
Yep. These are the
There's
pterodactyls that
doctors.
you settle
You
for.
you could go on to Spelman on graduation day. There's
I
3,000
don't
chicks
even
better
think
than
he could
her.
go there. He ruined his MO, bro. Because he going after these creatures.
Oh man,
Like these
I
is
don't know. I don't
creatures. These
know.
is not even full. Like, bro, these is chicks. That's any chick that go under the knife multiple times. She's suicidal. That's the number
oh
one.
oh, you know my favorite story, Leaf.
What up?
It's the
I gotta
shorty's
head out,
grave.
guys. Be good.
All right, peace,
Oh
man.
Oh,
God,
Game
okay. All
starting
right,
soon anyway.
John.
you
But
talking
that
about
Yeah, the
the
game
the
getting
one
ready
that
to
messing
start
with
in a
Jalen
minute.
Green,
Jalen Green, how Jalen Green turned his babysitter into his baby mama.
bruh.
That was
He been
literally
plotting. That
his
means he been plotting on it
babysitter.
for a minute. That's what it means.
Yo, basketball players is animals, yo.
Them niggas are like a lot of them niggas from this era, bro. I don't know if I can speak on the previous eras. A lot of them was niggas with smuts too, but these
Yeah,
niggas, bro, like they just smashing anything that in the radius. Like,
Yeah,
god
yeah.
damn.
They just,
yo,
well,
fellas,
they
I'm gonna go watch
kids,
the
man.
game.
They basically kids.
Y'all
All
gonna go
right,
on
all
I'm
Bleecker
a
right.
peep
tonight?
at the game, bro. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
You gonna
Nah.
Uh,
cover the game?
yeah,
Well,
I'm not covering the game, bro. I'm a peep at it.
Oh,
I like
okay.
all games that don't got MPJ. I'm hoping we're gonna see, rookies galore tonight. So I'm
I don't
excited to
mind
tune
it.
in.
I didn't think I was gonna enjoy that, but I am enjoying MPJ not being in the lineup. That's for sure.
I told you,
So
man. This the best
yeah,
thing
you
smoking is
did say it. It
letting the
is
kids thaw
it.
out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Figure it
yeah,
out,
yeah,
adjust to the
yeah.
game
It's
speed and
fun to
shit.
watch. Yep, yeah. Plus they learning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right.
future.
So
Like
what
we
I'm gonna
don't have
do?
no present. Our
Yeah.
shit is hoping for the
No,
future.
no. It's now. It's either now or never.
True.
Yeah. All
Anyway,
right.
fellas.
I'd like to thank everybody in the chat room. Gylo, Javon Ship, Pod was on Podthon. Thanks for being here. Leaf, John. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hey, Ribby, what's up? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Peace and love, chicken grease, whatever. Yo, just remember to hit the like and subscribe. I'll probably do a thing after the game. So check for updates. All right, later. Peace.